Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, it looks like a secret alien UFO is going to be coming to Grand Theft Auto Online soon. And I don't know what Rockstar has up their sleeve here, but it's actually pretty clever. And it all ties into the entire sort of lore of the aliens coming to Los Santos. They were obviously very present in Easter eggs and even story mode missions in single player. We've started to see that develop a little bit more in Grand Theft Auto Online over the last couple of updates. And it looks like Rockstar is doing their most obvious sort of sign that some unidentified life forms and objects are very much present in GTA Online. So this was all discovered by users in the community diving deep into the files of the recent update, the Los Santos Summer Special. And they found a bunch of lines of code as well as coordinates and even new objects suggesting that an alien UFO invasion was going to happen. So in case you guys are wondering where it's supposed to take place, it's going to happen, not surprisingly, in Fort Zancudo. And Fort Zancudo throughout story mode and in Grand Theft Auto Online has had a lot of ties to aliens and UFOs. As you guys know, one of the UFOs in story mode can be found directly above Fort Zancudo. There's also a lot of mystery surrounding like why some of the buildings in Fort Z are closed and various elevators that seem to lead to nowhere, various hangars that have been opened and closed over the years. And even in online, just outside of the Zancudo swamps, we've seen a big chunk of alien Easter eggs like the crashed UFO, the egg that you're supposed to recover as a part of a gun running supply mission. So there's been a lot of things happening at Fort Zancudo, so that would make sense for it to be the perfect location. And in case you guys are wondering what is going to happen, it actually looks like it's going to occur in this giant hangar right here, Fort Zancudo Air Base 0101. And if you were to go there now, like I have just done in this gameplay, you won't actually see anything there. We'll talk about that as we go on a little bit further. However, there was a user on Twitter, Antisurus, whose link I will provide in the description, who was actually able to spawn in the UFO and the event that is going to happen. And I'll quickly recap what it actually looks like is going on here. So as you guys can see in the footage, the hangar doors have actually been added back to this airbase. And inside, you can see that the UFO is there. It's hovering, it's floating above the ground. And it also seems to be active. I don't necessarily know if I want to call it alive because it's not like a living thing, but it looks like the ship is like twitching and moving back and forth, almost like it's watching the player. It seems like it might be operated on the inside, and this thing is absolutely massive, as you guys can see here. It essentially takes up the entire like main hangar bay. And it's so cool. It's got these like glowing green lights on there. There's parts of the ship that are like twitching back and forth. You can actually see aliens that are on the inside of the ship. You can see that they're in the cockpit per se. And there's just a lot of other really cool stuff that's going on in this sequence. Now, apparently, that's not the only thing that is going to happen here, because other users have actually found some screenshots that suggest more is going to happen here. So for example, in this screenshot right here, a lot of other props seem to have been added. You can see that there's military trucks, there seems to be these big crates and cases, there are these lights that have been installed, there are scientists, there are Merryweather security guards and patrol that are actually there. So it looks like this is going to be a well put together event by Rockstar. Now, that begs the question, what exactly is going on here and when is this going to occur? So I think it might actually be easier to start with the when first. And it also looks like when this event happens in game that there's going to be like an accident scene outside of the airbase too. So you'll know this happens, I guess, when the hangar doors appear like this. And there's also like Merryweather Jeeps and sandbags, and it looks like there's some dead soldiers standing out there too. So it's going to be pretty obvious once it happens. It's just a matter of how it occurs and when it occurs. That's the big question here. And if I had to take a guess, I would say that Rockstar would probably do this around Halloween time. It doesn't look like they have anything else particularly special planned for Halloween. I mean, just looking at some of the other content in the files, there doesn't seem to be any vehicles that can be found. It looks like all of them were released on day one. It doesn't look like there's any particular Halloween clothing or Halloween, stuff that's going on. So this would probably be the biggest tie-in. Now, again, aliens and Halloween, you could argue, doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a big connection there. But I think it's honestly better than nothing. It still fits into that sort of spooky extraterrestrial sort of vibe. And the second question is, what's going to happen? Is Rockstar just going to add this into the game one day and say, hey, go check out this thing in Fort Zancudo? I mean, that would be kind of fun. Or are they going to sort of slowly piece it into the game, like adding hints and clues and other stuff? I guess you could say they've already started that, because if you complete Solomon Richards' treasure hunt or his movie prop quest, the reward at the end is an alien suit. It's the exact same alien suit that the guys inside of that cockpit were actually wearing. So I don't know if those two events are going to be connected either. If Rockstar just had like a bunch of alien-themed stuff going on for this update, I don't know. We haven't heard anything from them. We didn't see what was up on the newswire. It will also be interesting to see if there's any sort of reward or quest associated with this. That's why I think it's a little bit strange. Like, why would Rockstar just add this into the game? Is there any outcome for the players that suggest something is happening? Is this going to perhaps solve a mystery that has been in the game for years? Potentially something like the Chiliad mystery. Again, at this point in time, we really don't know. Rockstar hasn't announced anything, and this has all been found by players just simply sifting and looking through the files of the game. So this is something that I know I will be following very closely over the next couple of weeks and months, especially as we get a lot later on into the drip feed of this update, which, again, because there are no cars, which is really the main part of previous update drip feeds, it'll be interesting to see when Rockstar pull this out of their back pocket. So you might want to keep checking back Fort Zancudo every now and then just to see if there are any new clues or hints or updates. And obviously, if there are any new progressions to this saga, I will keep you guys in the loop. But for now, that is everything we know so far about this secret alien invasion in Grand Theft Auto Online. So bottom line, let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below on this entire situation. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Los Santos Summer Special DLC videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.